Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. How is your January going? Personally, mine has begun really slow. Of course, during the holidays, we went to the village, we went up country. Of course, I had planned to come back early, but things didn't go as planned, so we ended up coming quite late. We came back on the 14th of January, and we came back with this huge bag of tamarind fruits. And as you can see, I decided to make tamarind juice. This is my first time making this juice. When I get these fruits, we all usually just eat them right from the pods. But I said, well, since I have so many, why don't I just try make some juice with them? So this is my first time, and I googled a recipe, and I really tried to follow it. It's not really hard, and yeah, so you will see the end products at the end. But let's talk about January. How is your January going? Maybe you can let me know down below in the comment section. As I said, mine is a little bit slow. I'm not complaining though, because the plans I had made, even though they may not have happened, nothing is a coincidence. I believe that. I believe it's all in accordance to God's will and God's plan. In case you don't know already, I am a stay-at-home mom of one boy who is currently 5 years old. And the reason why I am a stay-at-home mom is because I homeschool him. I have homeschooled him since he was 3. So he's 5. So those have been 2 years of homeschooling. And yeah, generally, even from birth, every little thing you teach your child, you are generally homeschooling your child. And so why I say that my January has been quite slow is because I haven't yet really planned out how the year is going to be. These are some of the plans I had. I wanted to make the plans early, and I haven't been able to do that. So see, when the month has really gone, it becomes a challenge to sit down and try to plan. But I'm hopeful that before the month ends, I'll have made a solid plan for the year, and we can start our homeschooling even in February. The good thing about homeschooling is that you can start whenever you're ready. So yeah, we'll start in Feb. So people keep asking me why I decided to homeschool. And to be honest, there are very many reasons why, but there are some that stand out more than others. And I'd like to say that I thank God, first of all, because He gave me a husband whom also had in mind the desire to homeschool our children. And so it was not really hard to convince him or anything. We actually agreed that this is something we really wanted to try and do. And so one of the major reasons why we homeschool and we decided to homeschool our children is because as I am well aware of, children usually start, or rather they usually have developed their character by the age of 7. So by that age, it becomes a bit hard to tell them what to do. It becomes a bit hard to change whom they have become. So with that in mind, we did decide that we really want our children to have a God-led, God-based foundation before they can be released into the world. and we decided that homeschooling would be the best option, so that we will try our best to mold the character of Christ into the children. I go by the words of Proverbs chapter 22 verse 6, which says, "Train up a child in the way they should go, and when they are old, they will not depart from it." And this is a promise that God gives us, that when you train your child in the way they should go, when they are old, they will not depart from it. And I usually take God up on this challenge, and I say, "God, I will do my best to train up my child in the way they should go. And you have promised that when they grow old, they will not depart from it." So I want to trust you with this, that if I try my best to do my part, you will also handle the other part. That when they are old enough, the foundation they have had in their young age, that foundation will not depart from them. And needless to say, when I say that we're training them in a God-led life, that doesn't mean that we are perfect beings. If you come to our house, you will realize that we are not perfect. We are also struggling here and there. We're struggling also with sin. But that's where God comes in, because we put all our trust, we put all our everything in the hands of God, and we trust God to help us do the very best for our children. Another reason that I'd like to share today why we are homeschooling is because growing up personally, I grew up with house helps. And I joke around and say that even up to now, my parents still have a house help that comes to help them in their house, yet there are really no children in their house. So it's not a bad thing to have house helps. I have nothing really against house helps. But because I saw house helps so much in my home, I grew up with a feeling in me that I'd really like to take care of my children. I would really like to know what it means and how it feels to take care of my children without house helps. So, right before I even got married, I really wanted to have that opportunity to take care of my children myself. I know other people also would like such opportunities. So, when we decided to homeschool, you can imagine how excited I was, because I knew that now I could actually get to take care of my children myself. So, yeah, as I grew up with house helps, I can say for a fact that there are many things I never learned from my parents and from my mom. And mom, if you're watching this, you'd better know this, yeah? Because there are many things I didn't learn. Many things that I would have wanted to know that I never knew from her. Probably I saw this from the house helps we had, and that's where I learned them. Like, for example, most of the cooking I know now is because I spent so much time with the house helps. I can't say that my mom ever sat me down and taught me as much in terms of cooking. So, you see, these are the things that I would have loved to have my mom in the kitchen to help me or show me how to cook this and how to cook that. And it never got to happen. So, I would want that to happen for my children, that I can be with them in the kitchen, I can show them things, I can show them how to do things for themselves. And this is something that thrills me. Like right now, my son, when I see my son is able to do something and I have taught him to do that thing, it gives me so much satisfaction, it gives me so much joy to see it. So those are two reasons why we homeschool. And as we go along, I'll get to share other reasons why we homeschool. So one of the reasons why I started this channel is majorly because of homeschooling. Homeschooling is one of the work that I do in the house. One of the major works actually that I do in the house. So if you are out there and you needed some encouragement on homeschooling, I hope this channel will help you begin your journey. I hope it will help you with tips. And I hope that God will also be the center of your decision to homeschool if at all you want to start homeschooling. And we'll get to share more. You will see me homeschooling my son. You will see what we do. We will see the progress we've made. And I'll get to share the tips, the do's, the don'ts that I have done that work for me, that work for us. And I hope you will stay tuned to this channel so that we can learn together, we can grow together, and so that we can encourage each other in this journey. Wow. It's really good, but I think it will be too potent, especially for my son. So I'll have to dilute it a little bit more, but it's drinkable, very nice. Yeah, but I think the acid will be too much for my son, so I'll have to dilute it a little bit more for him. But generally, it's nice. It's making my mouth salivate excessively, but it's really nice. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know at the comments down below, and I hope to see you in my next video. Goodbye.